Hello, students. Good morning, all of you. Today, I, Ravindra Mohan Misra, from Sri Jagdamba Sanskrit College, Batho, am taking the class of Shastri first. Today, we see the question from the play Silver Box. Today, we have taken in this fray Goldsworthy as a social thinker, social writer. Some days ago, we have seen the characteristics from this play. Today, we see Goldsworthy as a social writer. Goldsworthy was one of the leading literary figures of England in the first quarter of the 20th century. A prolific writer as he was, he wrote poems, plays, novels, and short stories, but he got fame chiefly on account of his social tragedies and forestry. Since he was born of rich parents, he did not have to struggle with poverty unlike others. However, he did not have the typical rich man's attitude towards life. He was always sympathetic to the poor and downtrodden and wrote about them to rouse the conscience of the world to alleviate their suffering, which were chiefly caused by the vicious social, economic, and legal traditions and practices. His father was a famous solicitor in London who was a man of culture of the best British aristocrats. The old Jodion in Forrester saga bears the resemblance of the senior Goldsworthy. Goldsworthy had a great respect and praise for his father. Goldsworthy was a great social reformer full of humanism who loved everyone. He had tremendous sympathy for the poor. His heart was deeply touched to see their sufferings. He learnt this when he went to collect rent on his father's property. He was modest, sweet tempered, humble, courteous, and generous by nature. He had no conceit or vanity and hated rumors. He worked hard for the relief of the wounded soldiers during the First World War. When he was offered knighthood in 1918 for his literary contributions, he politely declined by it by stating that literature is its own reward. He felt that a title of this type was not appropriate for literary profession. In 1921, he was made the first president of London Centre at of PNE, a worldwide worldwide renowned center. He felt that a title of this type was not the title of this type was not appropriate for literary profession. He In 1929, he was given the Order of Merit, and in 1932, the Nobel Prize for Literature. He also received honorary degrees from Oxford and other universities. Today, we remember Goldsworthy as the greatest playwright of modern time. Both Jones Goldsworthy's strengths and weaknesses as a dramatist derive from his commitment to the idea and methods of realistic drama. He was neither a religious man nor a political activist, and his play spoke for no specific ideology or orthodoxy. But he believed that every grouping of life and character has its inherent moral, and the business of the dramatist is so to pose the group as to bring that moral poignantly to the light of day. This meant, as he said in some platitudes concerning drama, that a drama must be shaped so as to have a aspire of meaning. Such a theory of drama attempts two mutually contradictory tasks. First, the objective, balanced, impartial depiction of reality, and second, the embodiment of the playwright's subjective, ethical, emotional response in the pausing or shaping of a moral aspire of meaning. Goldsworthy's play are secular moralities play. He gentle manly dedicatism issues in dramatic sermons that attempt to evoke sympathy and understanding for the human condition and that teach the humanistic critics of of civility, compromise, and fair play. In Goldsworthy's plays, the sentimental of melodramatic pointing of a moral frequently undercuts the attempt to depict faithfully the problems of individual characters or social groups. The realistic problem play was not a new from when Goldsworthy looked it. Its development in England can be traced back to the middle of the 19th century when Tom Taylor and Thomas William Royston attempted to leaven their melodramas as with realistic settings and a distant social comment in the late 19th century. This English tradition drew strength from the influence of Henrik Ibsen's realistic social drama, where the championed in England by William Archer and also by Shaw, who published the quintessence of Ibsenism during this period. Following Ibsen's example but lacking his genius, Henry Arthur John and Arthur Wing Pinocchio combined upper middle class marriage problems with the form of the well made play. The result was a rejuvenation of English drama. Though he wrote comedy in the paradoxical mode, pioneered by W.S. Gilbert and Oscar Wilde, Shaw's challenging and idiosyncratic variety of dramatic realism was also inspired by Ibsen. Shaw's plays and polemic helped to create an atmosphere of critical acceptance in England for the realistic theatre of idea and social problem. Whereas Goldsworthy sent the manuscript of the Silver Box to Harry Granville Barker. It arrived on a Saturday, was read by Barker and Shaw on Sunday, and was accepted for production of at Shaw's urging on Monday. Throughout Goldsworthy dramatic work, there is a tension between oppressive moralism and melodramatic theatricality. As critic Allardyce Nicole has observed, Goldsworthian realism and socialist realism tend to suffer from the same pathetic complaint, deplorable and even toward sentimentalism. In the play Silver Box, however, Goldsworthy successfully combined realistic presentation with dramatic presentation of theme. His plays remain historically interesting because they embody his perceptions of English social and ethical attitudes in the early 20th century. As example of realistic drama, his plays have merit as the works of a sincere and careful craftsperson who wrote in a tradition made great by the true artists who made it their own. Henrik Ibsen, Augustus Strindberg, Anton Chekhov, and George Bernard Shaw. In fact, they were more popular in printing. Many of the earliest literary critics and anthologists of English language verse cite his work as praiseworthy because of their exemplary social values. His plays were probably sold unbound or in flimsy paper bindings, making their survival unlikely unless an early owner bound them up with other booklets in sturdy bindings. The silver box deals with the inhuman system of law and justice. In this play, Goldsworthy has shown many ups and downs which surrounds our society and